Do you ever notice that you have periods where you feel better, you have energy, you feel sharper, and then all of a sudden you crash and you go into that state of exhaustion, and there's all kinds of symptoms that start to emerge? So how can you prevent flare-ups if you have Hashimoto's, if you have thyroid imbalances, hormonal imbalances, and adrenal fatigue? Well, in today's video, this is exactly what I'm going to explain to you. Ready? Let's get started. Hi there, I'm Julia Tabet, certified holistic nutritionist at awesomehealthy.com, helping you create healthy hormones, healthy body, and the life of your dreams completely naturally. Before we dive into our video today, remember to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell notification to stay up to date with our latest videos. Now, when I talk about Hashimoto's, thyroid disorders, adrenal fatigue, hormonal imbalances, it's something that I've experienced myself. So I talk from my own experience, and I know all about being in that state where things, you have more energy and you can do more things, and then crashing a few days later to find yourself in a space of just feeling so low and so exhausted. So how can you prevent crashing, and how can you make sure that you are maintaining your energy? When you have a chronic disease, so let's say it's Hashimoto's, let's say it's thyroid hypothyroidism, and you have adrenal fatigue as well, and perhaps other hormonal imbalances, you really need to understand that your body is a precious temple, and you have to commit to a path of self-healing and restoration for the rest of your life. So forget about the sort of the dream where you are able to do some things to change your diet and lifestyle to get better results, and then you got healthy and like, well, I can do whatever I want now, whatever the heck I want. I can go to bed whenever I want. I can eat whatever junk I want. I can not exercise and I can get by. That's not going to happen. A chronic disease means that even if you've restored it and you are feeling good, you will have to dedicate yourself to healing and restoration. And that will come by you appreciating your body. And that disease, the thyroid imbalances, Hashimoto, is an opportunity for you to connect to yourself, an opportunity for you to become whole again, to restore yourself, to heal yourself, and to make sure that you are maintaining the state of health. One of the biggest things that you will need to realize about yourself with when you have Hashimoto's and when you have adrenal fatigue and thyroid imbalances is that you have to be very protective of your space. You have to know your boundaries and not to push too hard so that you crash the next day. So that will mean you being radically honest about what your boundaries are. So that means saying no to certain things. You're going to be draining your energy. Say no to certain people, say no to certain commitments, re-evaluating things in your life and adjusting them accordingly. So that's the very first step, to understand that you've got boundaries. You need to know what those boundaries are, and you need to respect them and set your space accordingly. Now, the second one is my favorite one, and it's the one that you know about, and I'm not sure how much what you are doing. It's to do with diet. And it's so easy to think that, well, I just gonna clean certain foods out of my diet, like gluten and grains, for example, to help my Hashimoto's, and then it will balance itself and I'll go back to it, and then and that's just not going to happen. You really need to understand that even if you brought the antibodies, Hashimoto's antibodies down, there are things that you will need to maintain, and it could be that certain foods will trigger your Hashimoto's. So for instance, for me personally, if I eat grains, my antibodies get triggered. Yeah, so even if you've restored your gut health and you got rid of underlying causes of your Hashimoto's, your body might still be reacting to certain foods. So when you know what those foods are, and when we work with our clients inside a program, Health Mastery Academy, we help them understand what those foods are for them, remove them, replace them, create a beautiful plan that they can maintain. So when you understand, let's say that's gluten and corn and certain other foods that are triggering you, you're going to remove them. You just have to remove them. Now, it's not to say that Like from time to time, you might dip into them and you might eat them, but it's not something that you'll be able to eat as part of your regular diet, because if it triggers your antibodies, your thyroid antibodies, it's just something that you need to exclude and something that you need to be aware of. So you structure your diet in a different way and you create a plan that you can maintain. So if you are still into animal products, I recommend you switching to a plant foods lifestyle plan. And when it comes to inflammation in the body, when it comes to reversing chronic diseases, when it comes to helping your thyroid and preventing hypothyroidism and restoring hypothyroidism, there's nothing about it, science proves it, it's the plant foods lifestyle. So switch to the plant foods lifestyle and create it in a way that you can maintain. So it's like, does it have to be 100% raw? Well, it might be that's what benefits you and your body. But if you can combine raw foods and cooked foods and maintain this lifestyle consistently and really stick to the foods that are not triggering you, that are beneficial for you, that are helping you restore your body, that's a big win. And that's something that you will need to do. So the third step, and it's a very important one, and that is keeping on top of your gut health. So if, for example, you have candida overgrowth and you know that certain things trigger candida overgrowth, so when you're stressed, when you don't sleep enough, when you start to eat the foods that trigger candida, when you don't maintain a healthy lifestyle overall, you get candida overgrowth, you need to realize that, because every time you get candida overgrowth, your gut bacteria goes out of balance. So you need to maintain a healthy gut in order for you to be able to prevent Hashimoto flare-ups and also adrenal fatigue flare-ups, and also, for your thyroid, if you're experiencing thyroid disorders, also to make sure that you are not experiencing flare-ups of your symptoms. So gut health is a big part of it. If you still haven't sorted your gut health, if you still got candida and IBS and some kind of overgrowth and dysbiosis and you've got bloating, no, that is like number one factor that you need to address when it comes to reversing Hashimoto's and when it comes to reversing other symptoms. That is your gut health. So pay attention to your gut health and make sure that you dial things in for you to be able to restore it. Another important thing to talk about as well is lifestyle and mindfulness. And I know that it's very easy to get busy. It's easy to get busy and it's easy to live as a busy person all the time. But if that doesn't serve your health, then you're going to continue draining your batteries. And yes, we're busy. We have certain levels of stress is absolutely fine to experience in our lives, because it gives that stimulus to us to keep on growing and to keep on achieving the things that we want to achieve. But at the same time, you must combine these periods with the periods of relaxation and the periods when you are tuning into yourself and you're listening to your body and you're understanding what are some of the patterns that you need to change, and you're tuning into your emotions with either by your own or with the help of a professional, and you are interpreting your body's clues. Because thyroid, and you can imagine when thyroid goes out of balance, there's a lot of stress, there is a lot of neglect, there is a lot of abuse, and also environmental toxins. So they come into place as well. But at the same time, we have to do what we can do from our perspective in order for us to be able to experience optimum state of health. So the bottom line is this: to prevent flare-ups of Hashimoto's, of adrenal fatigue, to prevent flare-ups of other chronic health challenges and hormonal imbalances that you're experiencing, you need to look after yourself. You need to prioritize yourself. And if you are not in a place where you understand exactly the steps that you need to focus on, I can help, and I've put together a free online masterclass where I will show the 5 steps our clients use to reverse their hormonal imbalances after years of struggle, after years of medication, and be able to restore their body once again. So go and watch it at rossumhealthy.com/webinar. And if you are interested about finding out more about plant foods lifestyle and how it can help Hashimoto's, I'm going to link it up to another video that you can watch right now. See you there.